How's it going, everybody? And before we continue with the real reviews segment, I would just like to say, when it comes to the comment section, please be gentle. It's my first time. Now with that said, let's begin with my review for a rapper named Nobody and his new mixtape, S.C.A.R.S, which is an acronym for Success Comes After Real Sacrifice. When I begin to look at a project together, whether it's an EP, an album, or a mixtape, whichever, I always begin with the cover. The artwork for this project is dark. Going through some of the things that you really need to go through and the sacrifices that you do need to make in order to have the time and put the time in to work on your own craft and push yourself as an artist, and then learn what you need to do to operate as a business or acquire the funds to have other individuals come in and you pay them to do what you just can't learn to do because it's just past your abilities. You know, it all can kind of feel like you got a gun to your head and this is your last resort, which for some of us, it really is the last option we have to make something of ourselves and to be successful individuals and truly happy in life. I'm going to quickly go through a couple tracks and give my opinion on them. Though this isn't my preferred style of hip-hop, it's still good. The vocals are clear, you can understand what the artist is saying to you, and he's not vomiting some bullshit just to fill in the space to construct a half-assed project like a lot of other people do in this industry just to make a couple bucks, because for some reason that's what's selling right now. But nonetheless, this music is actually enjoyable. The lyricism is pretty decent. It's nothing that's making me lose my goddamn mind or anything, but it's more than enough to keep my attention. For some reason it reminds me of a rapper that I found in a Yahoo chat room back in like 2007-ish? I was like 14 at the time. It's around the time that I first started talking to Derek. Anyways, he went by the name of Popeye and he had a similar energy that nobody is putting out. I enjoy this sense of familiarity. Track 4, Roll Up a Gram. I mean, as a smoker, you know by default, I approve. I enjoyed how the hook flowed, and I ended up spacing out entirely as I was writing this. So, to say the least, it's pretty good. At the end of the track though, I was rather confused upon hearing a crow. To me, it didn't really seem to match the project, and it really distracted me for a moment. Track 7 is called You Know, and it has a darker, heavier feeling to it. You can feel a bit of the frustration that I believe a lot of artists have been feeling when going through the situation which was depicted by this song. What I really enjoy is the sound of this drop. For track 11, it's called Love You Like I Do. I'm pretty sure this is one of the tracks that I heard on YouTube that originally got me hyped to hear the rest of this mixtape. The message of this track is fairly clear, and it just makes me shake my head just because of the nonsense that it makes me think of. you know? I enjoy when I find music and it's relatable directly to a situation that I've recently gone through, or at least a memory that has been buried deep within me. Ooh. That sounded terrible, and I'm not gonna bother rephrasing. It's already been said. Let's move on. The one thing I noticed about this mixtape is though that the quality was consistent and everything was just about perfect, there are a few audible clicks that come in from a sound starting abruptly or ending abruptly. I would consider giving this project 5 out of 5, maybe, but the engineering has to be stepped up just a little bit. I would definitely recommend this project for anybody who's looking for some music to chill to, or just go on a cruise and enjoy the fresh air and just vibe out, you know? Just relax. And if you want to get your music featured on a real review, please either go to our website and check the Submit Music page, or look below for some extra details. Number 1 rule, and I really, I'm gonna emphasize this one more time. No mumble rap. Like, no serious shit that you can't understand. That has a place in a part of hip hop somewhere that is far, 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 far away from Zany Records.
We supposed to split this rap money up 50-50. How you couldn't see the shit 2020? Oh, you don't understand. Call me when you really They don't love you like I do, girl. They don't love you like I do, girl. They don't love you like I do, girl. They don't love you like I do. Love you like I do.
How's it going, guys? It's B James, and I, a while back, got the opportunity to work with a talented artist from St. Louis. He goes by the name of Dub IZ, and before I get into the interview that we did together, I'm gonna let him say what he needs to say real quick.
I don't know the type of niggas that you used to, but you ain't never met a motherfucker like me. Dealt with a handful or a whole slew, but you ain't never met a motherfucker like me. You ain't never met a motherfucker like me. You ain't never met a motherfucker like me.
Now, it's not hard to see that he is a very unique individual, and his music is just smooth. If you haven't yet, then I strongly suggest that you go listen to it. If you need to go burn a blunt to relax, then motherfucker, this is the kind of music that you need to listen to while you do it. It's positive, it's relaxing, and without further ado, here's the interview.
I try to learn from those experiences, both good and bad, and I try to advise my people, you know, not necessarily the best course of action, but to always think about the consequences of everything that you do. And that's why I put a lot of personal stuff in the music too, because hopefully my experiences and what I went through can strike a nerve or touch a chord with somebody and give them insight in their situation. So, you know, like I said, on the surface, I'm simple, laid back, cool, but as days go on, you know, I try to become a better version of me. So I try to show people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very real, man. I love it. Yeah. So, thinking back, growing up, we all had our hardships. Like, I was born into poverty and ended up having to steal food at one point, you know? And it led to a lifestyle that showed me that some risks just aren't worth taking, and it taught me that you need to calculate each step wisely because you don't know how old the planks are on life's bridge. So, with that said, what was one of the biggest lessons you learned growing up?
Mm. Um, mm. I would say one of the biggest things I learned growing up is you can't consider everyone to be everybody doesn't have your best interest. Growing up, my mom always tell me whenever I come home, Mom, my friend such and such, and it's like the second day of school, I've only known this person for a couple of days. And my mom used to instill in me at an early age that, honey, you can't call everybody free. Everybody makes a part. And friendship kind of becomes if you have to earn on. And younger, I think we all learn at a younger age too, at some point, with somebody who you think is your friend or has your best interests at heart. You know the extremes you would go for that person, what you would do for that person. In whatever situation that person don't even rock with you. You know what I'm saying? That's devastating. But I think me, earlier on, my grandma always said I was wise and young years, and I understood that early age. Can't call everybody. Everybody knows that. And even as an adult, you know, it's easier for me to recognize something because I see with a different set of eyes. You know what I'm saying? I feel more instead of seeing people on the surface. So even if somebody tries to portray something the same way, usually I can feel the truth in it. So,
you can sort of kind of sense the energy that they're putting out, and if they're hiding something, like, you can tell just by the way they talk or how they're reacting to something that you do, and you can just see that they're not being completely honest with you. And then when you call them out on it, they laugh. It's like, this ain't a joke, what the hell? Nah. So forgetting about what material objects you possess currently, or where you are in your adventure of life, think about what you could have achieved if you did things and took different routes, or you gave up something that at that time to you felt important. Would you go through it all the same, with all the pain and all the tears, or would you do it different to further yourself?
You know, it's almost cliche to say, no, I wouldn't change anything because it made me the man that I am today, blah, blah, blah. Which, to a certain extent, is I would probably not waste my time on certain people. I wouldn't waste as much time on certain people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I go back though. Had I not spent that time with those individuals in my life, I wouldn't have been able to learn from the experiences that I had, whether good or bad. Actually, good and bad.
Yeah.
So, but the time is the biggest thing, because you can't get time back. You know what I'm saying? Time is back. That's the only thing that you can't get back. So I would probably wouldn't waste as much time in certain people. But ultimately, once again, the cliche, I understand now at this point today, being the person I am today, I understand that mentally, that everything that I've gone through in my life, both positive and negative, has aided in me becoming the person that I am today. You know, so
Yeah.
I mean, other than the time situation, no, I probably wouldn't change it.
Yeah. I feel about the same way, honestly. I might go back and change like some minuscule things.
I'll probably do more crunches.
Ha! Yeah. I wouldn't have stopped working out after my daughter was born.
Yeah, I will would say I would start doing that. That's what
Dude, let's be real for a moment. I miss my abs. Damn.
Now that I would definitely change. I would be more health conscious.
What upsets you the most about the music industry?
Oh man, politics. Man, it's so many talented people that made great music. I mean, legendary status. And you will probably never hear from most of them because of politics. You know, just because somebody knows somebody, which I understand that, understand how the game goes, you know, and we all at some point have to try to utilize some form of it to get to any point where we feel, I guess, compensated for what we do, but to have to go through all those playing games, politics and shit like that, man. Let the music speak for itself. I bet you if we could have a level playing field where everybody comes to the table with their music and we just weed out the junk. Forget the affiliations, but who you know, whose mama's cousin does this and all that bullshit. And just leave it strictly to the art itself and let the art speak for itself, then a lot of your favorite rappers or a lot of your chart topping rappers.
Yeah, the Billboard charts would be a lot different than what they are now. Yeah, for sure.
It's stupid how many talented musicians and artists that are out there that can't get a break because of politics. Because they might have dealt with one person and they didn't like the way their situation go. So they put salt in the game and now don't nobody else want to work with this individual because this motherfucker was in his feelings and shit, or probably jealous of the shit that you was doing, and now he trying to put his neck on your throat to prevent you from getting where you supposed to. You know, that's bullshit. You can change it. You starting to see that it is starting to change on some level. I like the fact that because the music industry is like that, more and more people are starting to find their own lane. You know, they starting to see that they can do what they want to do and pursue their dreams and live out their passion and make a living doing what they love to do without a big machine or without the music industry.
And without having to connect yourself with 1,000 other people and them take so much from you when you still gotta pay for advertising and everything else because they're not doing the best job they could, and you see other ventures you could be taking and they're not going to back you up on that. They're just going to take their take and that's the end of the day.
They're looking at you to see what they can get from you. You know what I'm saying? How much they can make off of you, how much can they milk until they done.
Yeah.
But I think the way the music industry is or has been is what's making opportunities like myself and for you. You know what I'm saying, to do what we still love to do. Because people tired of the quote unquote norm. You know, they're tired of the way that you traditionally were supposed to go about breaking into the music business.
I think you do have a point there, and it's really making artists like us who are starting from nothing and think, you know, oh man, it's going to cost me like freaking $500,000 before I get anywhere. It really doesn't. Like, if you do the research, you can find out how to do it yourself for a lot less than what everybody's quoting you. I was going to go into college for audio engineering. However, the course cost $50,000. I've never seen that amount of cash in my life, bro. So Like, I understand there's government grants and whatnot, but I've been slacking on my grades because I was in a shit school system that didn't fucking do anything for me. And it just led me to believe that everybody in an authoritative position was just going to fuck me over to begin with, so I might as well not try. Well, here I am. So I gotta, like, this is literally the last stop for me, man. So it's either this works or I just grind away and be miserable for the rest of my life like everybody else.
These people gonna start believing us once they realize that we some geniuses. We dope.
If you were given the opportunity to become the world leader, like you controlled the world and all of its embodied governments, what would you do?
I would make it mandatory twice a week for couples that's been dating more than 90 days.
That's awesome.
I think head is very important.
Yeah, I can agree.
It relieves a lot of stress. You know, you make level-headed decisions. You got to completion though. You can't cheat.
yeah. No. 2 minutes. Then oh my jaw's tired. No, none of that shit. Fuck off.
I agree. But that's why I would make it mandatory twice a week for anyone who's dating more than 90 days.
All right. So where do you want to be professionally in 5 years?
Where I'm going to be professionally in 5 years, I'll be producing, I'll still be creating songs myself and making music myself. I'll be producing for other artists, writing for other artists. And not just delving in anything in the music department. I'll be expanding. Like I love to create period. So in 5 years I'll be in a creative space, self-sustaining myself financially, doing probably a whole host of things like YouTube skits to writing books. I got a couple of book ideas I want to do. So professionally, I'll still be creating, but musically, I'll be producing, selling instrumentals. I'll be writing. I'll be creating my own music, selling my own music.
So there's a lot of negative energy going on in the world right now. If you could say one thing in hopes of cheering somebody up that might be watching, what would you say?
I'll say circumstances always change. The silver lining of life, period, is you can change your circumstances. It's never too late. Regardless of how dire your situation is, depending upon how you change your mindset will determine whether or not you change your circumstances. So life is like a pendulum, you know what I'm saying? It swings back and forth. There's always a low end of our life, even to those that we look and think have it all. There's still, life is like a pendulum.
Yeah.
It goes back and forth. So
we all got shit to shovel.
Right, you know, but the analogy that I try to use for people when I talk about your mindset is, and how the low ends of your life go in that pendulum swing. On the bottom end of that swing, just think about all the bullshit in your life, all your bad circumstances, all the bad hands that you had. All the bullshit in your life is like thick mud. So on the downswing, the thicker you allow the bullshit to be, the slower and longer the downswing of your life is going to be in that pitfall. But as you continue to mentally uh, develop to a place where you start moving in a more positive space, you start moving in a with a spirit of love and moving in a genuine space, then that mud will loosen up just a little bit more. You're still going to always go through the mud, but your mindset is going to make that mud loose a little bit more. So when you go in the upswing, it's going to go through just a tad bit smoother. And it's not going to prevent problems because life is a circle. It keeps going. So you're always going to encounter problems. You're going to have good times, you're going to have bad times, but your mindset will determine whether or not you can deal with those issues a little bit easier. And there's no, it's easy to say it. Like I watch a lot of motivational videos, and I listen to a lot of motivational speakers and spiritual speakers like Wayne Dyer, Lisa Nichols. So it takes some feeding of yourself spiritually to move to that point. But the good news is you can always start at any point. It's not like what works for me or anybody else won't work for you. And it also doesn't mean that you have to believe certain things in order to move out of that space. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to move a certain way on earth in order to get what you need spiritually.
All right. Now that we've learned a little bit about who you are, let's switch the focus onto your music. Now, in my position, being a father, starting a business, and only having one partner and a small budget to do it all with, my time is spent being yelled at by little humans or crafting my own art. And I don't have a lot of time to check out everybody else's work. But when I do, I like to check your stuff out because I think you're an interesting individual and you got a lot of love to give. And I really respect you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
But it can get brutal in this industry. You gotta deal with a lot of stress with not only figuring out how to create music genuinely, but also the struggle of turning that into a full-time career. Why is it that you want to turn your passion into a profession?
Oh man, because regardless of all the bullshit that's in the game in the industry right now, everybody deserves to pursue their own happiness. You know what I'm saying? Creating music is my passion. It makes me happy. So I should be able to get compensated for that. And anybody who has a dream or has a goal or has an idea that is that makes them happy, they have a right to pursue it, and get compensated for it. I don't feel that the status quo that they tell you that you have to go to school, graduate, go to college, get your degree, find you a nice girl, get married, have kids, get a good job, work for 35, 40 years. Then you can enjoy your life and then die. I don't think it was meant for us to live like that.
Nah.
When your profession is something that you love, when your profession is your passion, it's not work. So it makes you, it gives you more energy, it makes you live life more, it makes you live longer, because we all know stress kills. So happiness must prolong life. Stress decreases life. You gotta understand there's a yin and a yang to everything. You know what I'm saying? It's never too late to try to turn your passion into a profession. Regardless how old you are, your gender, your race, any of that stuff. Because that happiness will fulfill you. and especially if it's something that you're giving to other people to help them, I truly believe that my music touches on certain things and hits certain nerves and strikes certain chords with people that might make their day go a little bit better, put them in a different mindset, make them think about things just a tad bit different, you know. So why not? Everybody deserves to have the passion as their profession. It's enough for everybody, you know. It's just the bullshit that goes along with it, and the fear factor and people basically mind fucking themselves and thinking they can't do what they want.
How long have you been making music seriously?
Oh man, I've been doing music since I was about 16, but like seriously pursuing it on a professional level, probably about 2 years now. Is when I really got serious because I took a break for music for a little bit. Because I've always liked to do music for the passion of where it was things like how the horror stories you hear about the industry and things like that that made me shy away from even trying to be a part of it. But as I start growing and trying to become the best version of myself and learning different things and researching things and changing my mindset, I started realizing that I'm doing myself a disservice by denying me my passion because of some external potential conflicts. You know, that because of somebody else's horror story in the industry. You know, that's not necessarily the path that I have to take. And I will be able to dictate that in circumstances and situations that I put myself in. So I figured, why not? You know, I've never been arrogant about my music or cocky about my music, but I do believe I make good music and I can carve out a niche of people that will really, really support me, you know.
Right on, man. Now, would you consider a record deal, or are you intending on remaining a independent artist for the foreseeable future?
It all depends. I know nowadays the independent route has been the best route to go. Man, I would consider a record deal if, I mean, as long as the terms are right. You know, I'm not going to compromise my creativity, you know, and definitely not my money, you know, for a record deal. So,
Yeah.
long as those terms can be met, you know, but the biggest thing is my creativity. You know, I make music from a passionate place. It comes like, I don't necessarily dictate what comes out when I make music. I know that sounds weird, but I don't usually go into a song saying that, okay, I need to make a club record. I need to make
Yeah.
relationship record. I need to make an introspective record. I don't usually go into it. Usually the instrumental would it usually dictates where I go in my music, unless it's a collab like the collaboration we did together. So unless it's a collaboration, then I can get into that mode. But usually my original music, I let the instrumental dictate what the climate of the song is.
Well, with that said, around 2020, when Zany Records is ready to begin seeking additional artists to add to our team, hypothetically speaking, after working with us and being connected with us for the short time you have been, if Zany Records were to send you a contract in the future, would you consider signing it?
Hell no.
Oh!
No, I'm just
My heart, man! My heart! Oh, that...
This interview's over.
Bro, I'm bleeding over here. Ah.
Nah. I will, no, I will say, after dealing with you and then, uh, especially in the realm of making music and you being a fellow artist and understanding the importance of the art of doing music. I would, and then of course if the terms are right, um, yeah, I would definitely, I would definitely consider signing with you all. I truly believe, um, I believe in something that's from a more, if it's from a real authentic and genuine place, it has no choice but to succeed. It has no choice but to achieve the greatness that's supposed. And I think you all move in a genuine space of understanding uh, what what the art is trying to accomplish. It's not always about exploiting the artist, exploiting the genre or anything. You pretty much have your own
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah,
And I
it's
like
just everybody's just following what everybody else is doing because that's what's selling right now. And that's not what music's about. It's a form of expression, and honestly, if I did all the things that some of these rappers say they do, I definitely wouldn't publicize it. I mean, yes, fucking the best place to hide is in the public eye, but
Hey, yeah,
I don't know, man.
yeah. There's a lot of motherfuckers telling on themselves.
I personally feel that the human race is due for a little unity and a little selfless consideration. We all need to support one another however we can, even if it's just through an act of recognition or show of appreciation. Is there anyone that you can think of that you want to show some love for real quick?
I think this group of people get a real bad rep, you know. Um, and I just want to show some love for all the side chicks. I think not all side chicks are home wreckers. You know, some of them consider themselves marriage counselors, and they keep families together. So, these sometimes a man is not satisfied with just one woman. So you have side chicks that know their place, and they help their family stay together. So I just want to show some love for those side chicks that are helping families across America stay together. The families across America that needs to be together, stay together because of some side chick. Now I ain't talking about the messy ones. I'm talking about the ones that know they lane.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So, when it comes to money, do you want to make enough, a fair amount, or are you aiming for riches?
I want wealth, brother. I want wealth. That wasn't one of the options, but I don't want to build it by any means necessary because that's when people compromise uh, some of their morals and their values, principles, and
Yeah.
stuff. Ultimately, all I ask for is enough for me to do what I love to do and to help sponsor some of the vices that I have, like traveling and medicine. But I would like to build something that'll be sustaining for years to come for my children, my children's children, my family.
Yeah, and kind of like turn it into a family business if they wanted to get into it.
Right, right. So I want to build something, an outlet for them. Because I want everybody to, if everybody can detached from the matrix, I'm a champion for that. I'm gonna make sure I try my best to get as many people to wake up as possible.
It's gonna be difficult, but hey, it'll be fun. Yeah.
I had fun trying.
Yeah, the journey is long, but you meet a lot of great people on the way. You come across the occasional idiot, but
You have to have idiots in the world that make you who you are.
until beginning my own endeavor with Zany Records, I never made a single dollar from any of my music. The only art I ever sold in my life beforehand was just an abstract photograph for $40. Personally, I don't want to be in the spotlight. I want to be in the background doing the web work and just networking with my artists and saying, hey, I found this new guy, he sounds good, he wants a collaboration. What are you thinking? Maybe, I give you a little bonus on your next check and, you take the kids out and have fun. And you give this guy a verse or what? Just connect everybody and show everybody that if we work as a community, it really isn't that hard to achieve just enough to get by and just love your life. But I don't ever want my music career to get to a point where I'm sitting there in the grocery store trying to decide what cereal to get and all of a sudden a fan just appears out of nowhere. Hi! I fucking love you!
Right.
Can you sign this? Like, dude, no. What the hell?
Right.
I don't ever want it to get to that point. But the question is, do you want to become famous with your music? Ooh, yeah, it's a tough one, eh? Because there's a lot that comes with it.
Yeah, I'm similar to how you think when you say. I mean, I really would like to play the background, be the producer, do the engineering, probably, uh, help with lyrics here and there, like songs. I would like to really play the background because I'm the same way. I would hate to be somewhere and I, you know, I have to start having security and all that type of thing. I'm not trying to get to that point, but I know it's inevitable, if for the simple fact that good music, once it's heard, is going to start, trickling out, and more people are going to see it. More and more people are going to try to find who's this artist making dope that shit. I say that as modestly as I can, but but that's not my MO. My MO is not really to become famous. I'm not trying to be on the magazines and the award shows. I'm really not. Now, don't get me wrong. If it happens, I'll have to take it for what it's worth and evaluate each situation.
Yeah.
But as far as that being my goal or my MO, I'm not really trying. If that's the case, I'll be making the same shit you hear everybody else make to try to get famous. I just want to make good music. I think the music that's done from the heart resonates more than the music people do when they force something. So
Yeah.
if I gotta be if I gotta sacrifice that in order to be famous, to where I gotta force myself to do some shit that I'm really not feeling it, then what's the point? It's not me pursuing my passion anymore. It's me doing what somebody else want me to do for me to get famous.
That was the last question, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you got any shout outs to any artists or anything you want to say.
Oh yeah, I wanna give a shout out to all the artists in St. Louis, man. It's not getting the credit that we deserve. You know what I'm saying? Joe Sal, Calhoun, Silent Q, you know what I'm saying? Joe Lewis, you know what I'm saying? Loyalty, AZP. It's a lot of people out here that's making incredible music, and a lot of times it's the politics that's keeping them ascending to where they need to be, but it ain't gonna be like that for much longer. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis should be will be the next ATL. You know how all the artists work together in ATL, and all the basically they stick together and they roll with each other and they support each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. That's what we need to start doing in St. Louis. You know, sticking together. So you're gonna be hearing a lot of good shit coming out of the middle of the map. And from the top of the map too. Cause me and X got some shit coming, man. I ain't forgot about the war on the whack rappers, man. I'm trying to craft something X worthy for you. So I ain't forgot. But yeah, man, but I appreciate Zanny Records, man, for giving me the opportunity to do this. I'm a rookie in this game, and they give me a chance to kind of, you know what I'm saying, get my feet wet and dabble in this thing. But I think I'm getting the hang of it already. So I appreciate you. I appreciate what y'all doing, man. I appreciate the support. And anything I can do in the future outside of this hot music we got coming, definitely let me know. Definitely let me know.
Right on, right on. And if you need anything or any help with any project, please just let me know. Send me an email, get a hold of me on Facebook. I'll be more than happy to help you, brother.
Alright, I appreciate that. Hey, holla at your boy. Facebook /WIZSTL, Instagram WIZSTL, Twitter WIZSTL, everything WIZSTL.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on, and I really appreciate for you taking the time as well. It means a lot to me.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you having me, brother.
Go check out WIZ's web pages below. If you like what you hear, leave him a couple comments, subscribe to his music, and keep listening, because I personally can't wait to see what he's coming out with next. How's it going? I'm here to review the Blue Microphone's Snowball Ice. It's a desktop microphone that costs between $49.99 and $69.99. It all depends on where you buy it, and if you buy it for anything more than $25, then you're overpaying. Which the only time you're going to get it for that is if you buy it used. And we all know the game of buying used stuff online. Yup. It's just another headache that we don't want to deal with. So here's what I'm going to advise that you do. Instead of buying the Blue Snowball Ice, I would recommend that you get a Karaoke Revolution microphone. Believe it or not, whether you buy it for the PlayStation or the Xbox, it will work with your computer and it'll sound just as good or a little bit better than the Snowball Ice. See, the website claims CD quality audio. It'll work with any program, and you'll be able to record vocals and entire bands in stunning quality. This is a straight up lie. Don't listen to them. Or at least some of it is. It does work with every program, but it will not give you CD quality audio, or at least CD quality audio that listeners will actually pay for. Recording vocals and entire bands with the Snowball is a dream that will never come to fruition. ever. And this is the very reason why, because this microphone is not fantastic by any means. I'm gonna go grab the Karaoke Revolution microphone and show you just what I mean. And for a reference point, the Karaoke Revolution microphone only cost $20, where this was like $60 to $80, and it was just overpriced because it looks pretty. I'm now speaking to you on the Karaoke Revolution microphone, and the only problem that I really find persists with this microphone is the fact that you need a pop filter. There's no option B. If you don't get a pop filter, you're going to get a lot of plosives, and that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. If you got a friend that's preaching in your ear saying that this thing is fantastic and it's going to deliver professional results, they either have a masterful engineer in their pocket that knows a lot more than I have learned in 10 years, or they are talking out there and they don't know shit at all about music production. So in closing, I'd only recommend this microphone. Actually, I wouldn't recommend this microphone at all. Scratch that. It is a unanimous piece of shit. For the price that it is, I could get 2 microphones and be happy. Or I could absolutely love myself because I had the discipline to save up the money for a much better microphone. If you're going to approach your music more professionally, do not get the Snowball Ice. It is just overhyped. But if you want to spend the extra money and grab this glorified paperweight, then go right ahead. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and share it. Show some love. And if you feel the need to express your opinion in the comments, please do so respectfully. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to stick a finger somewhere that you may or may not enjoy. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate. I'll end the video now.
Yo, Z.R.T.V. Welcome to the beginning of Lit. This one's called My Ambition. Yeah. I got this feeling of revenge. Every day it never ends. Even when I try to pretend everyone's a loose fucking end. I'm of hell's descent. I'm used to burning up and feeling tense, about to explode on your gents. This pretense, this sequence, I'll leave you in the deep end, and I'm making them hills steep and fairly frequent. You're sleeping, getting weakened from the venom I'm secreting. You're leeching, let it seep in, 6 feet deep in a hole. Now you're preaching and you're speaking. Yeah, you need to fucking know that I'm cheesing. I'm done with people pleasing. Yeah, you need to fucking go. These haters get disposed where nobody knows. Yeah, you know how it goes. Living that life just goes to show that you're stuck out in the cold. Steady as that wind blows. Oh, yeah, you move when you're told. You're feeling so bold. You got the whole stack and all the drugs are sold. What does it take? On point is the rates as I try to create a clean fucking slate, praying to God from Hell's Gate. But myself I still hate as I sit here and contemplate, try to seal my fate as I'm straight. I look half alive though, grab another swig. Yeah, it's no surprise, yo, handful of rigs, pass out with an empty bottle of hydros. What's the fucking signs, bro? It's all lies, yo. Sooner or later the truth shows up. As I look into my life, yeah, I never gave no fucks. Reviewing my regrets, no, not a single one. 20 years old, I know I'm still young, but I do it for myself. Any helpers, and little to that none. Yeah, I still have my fun, stacking change and chasing bum. It's funny how I'm so numb, eating everything, including all of these crumbs. No scraps for these bottom feeder bums. Can't relax, my mind is always on the run. Can't detach, I gotta stick with this one. Gotta keep on going, yeah, make another quick one. Usain Bolt just going for a quick run. Spit something sick, son, you're just sparking that, man. I already lit one. Bong tokes, I rip some. Tripping, now I'm ripping, yeah, I'm Mary Jane twisting. You make it start raining, but I make it start pissing. Rebellious, I'm government dissing. Gifted with that wisdom, I'll kill you with that knowledge. Accept the past I was given, not the past that I'm missing. State of shock, anxiety level lifted. One wrong move, velvet casket with them roses and ribbons. Please God, will I ever be forgiven for all the sins I have committed? I may have held the devil's hand, I promise no commitment, other than I sold my soul for the music that I've written. Pedal to the metal, yeah, you better start shifting. Dodging all these hollers I be spitting, leaving your back in cap stricken. Giving the pussies the birds like I got my flock of pigeons. My ambitions at the top, this is just the beginning. Just the beginning.
standing here in the darkness, trying to find a glimpse of light. When you left me, that's when my world collapsed, and within my sight, the ground quaked and crumbled from underneath my feet. I never thought I would be in this pain. I fear I'm near defeat. Everything I do, it just feels in vain. I can't even think. No, you damaged my brain. I try to hold on to a fading hope for change, but the odds for me to escape are rigged. I swear I hate this game. You walked away with just a broken heart, but you left me with no soul. This cavity within my chest is empty, yet it remains whole. Yet you act like it's nothing. The pain can take its toll. Sometimes I just wanna fade away. Wake me when I don't need to feel this pain. People say that everything will be okay. They belong within the shining brigade. A knight with shining armor is a warrior never trusted. Society only wants what glistens, rejecting all that's rusted. They never understand what we go through. For an ignorant man, it's easier to say depression is only in your imagination. I loathe each negative soul within this nation. Repeat after me. I am free. I am free. I am free. May you remind yourself of that every day. From this day on, I will reject the negativity and go on my way. I'll remain unfazed by anything you may have to say. I appreciate all of those who walk by my side every day. You are my family until the very end of days. Sometimes I just wanna fade away. Wake me when I don't need to feel this pain. People say that everything will be okay. They belong within the shining brigade. A knight with shining armor is a warrior never trusted. Society only wants what glistens, rejecting all that's rusted. They never understand what we go through. For an ignorant man, it's easier to say depression is only in your imagination. I loathe each negative soul within this nation.